Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Yesterday on the 26th of January 2023, the Russians launched a massive missile attack, as you probably know, and they launched, according to Ukrainians 55 missiles, out of which some of them were Kinzhal missiles. Kinzhal are hypersonic missiles that could carry nuclear warheads. There were not nuclear warheads attached to these Kinzhals, but as you probably know, if you watch my videos or from other sources, out of 55 missiles launched by the Russians, 47 were downed. 47 were downed by the Ukrainians, so 47 out of 55. And then today we find out, and through other sources, that actually those 8 missiles that somehow escaped with a 20% accuracy of the Russians, according to the Ukrainians, were able to blow up some, generators, power plants that about 10 oblasts were having or had, I think they still have those, power cuts, electricity power cuts. So those from 8 that escaped the 47, 1.8, which is 20% of 1/8, something like that, 8 missiles that escaped the Ukrainian defense systems caused so much damage. Now the Ukrainians come and tell us what targets the Kinzhal missiles hit. Remember, Kinzhal could not be destroyed by any, as far as now, by any missile defense, air defense systems. So you release them. If you send them where they're supposed to go, you can't shoot them down unless they just are, sent in the wrong direction. So here we have an article from the Ukrainians, from Ukrainska Pravda, the Ukrainians inform us what sites were hit or attacked by Kinzhal missiles. So those are MiG-31s that carry this. They are very fast fighter jets or jets, because they have their own little, how should I put it, narrow breach or, of operation. And this is a missile attack on 26th January. Air Force clarifies which sites Russia attacked with Kinzhal missiles. Very narrow niche. That's the word I'm freaking looking for. And those are the Kinzhals on the bottom. These are very fast airplanes anyway, and they can go very high, very powerful. Anyway, they thought they screwed up with by building them, the Soviets, but now they can use them for this kind of launching of Kinzhal and other missiles. So let's get ready to read this article. Russian troops used 2 Kinzhal hypersonic missiles to target infrastructure facilities in Kiev and Zaporozhye during a massive attack on 26th of January. The source is Colonel Yuri Ikhnat, spokesperson for the Air Force of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, on the air of the National Joint 24/7 newscast. Quote, "There are simply a few of them, the Kinzhal missiles, in the Russian possession, and they, the Russians, save them for hitting the most important strategic targets." Oh, so they're not idiots? Interesting. This time, unfortunately, one of the most critical strategic targets was the facility in Zaporozhye and one of the energy infrastructure facilities in Kiev. This is their strategic target, to leave people in one of Kiev's districts without electricity. Now, again, in addition to the Kinzhal missiles, which the Ukrainian Air Force defense system is not capable of shooting down, neither is the American, as far as I know, with the available military assets, on 26th of January, the Russians used other types of missiles, a total of 55, of which 47 were destroyed, 46 cruise missiles and 1 guided missile. So right here, this is from yesterday. Ukraine down 47 out of 55 missiles launched by Russia, says Commander-in-Chief. And we have here telling us that the Russians used air, they even sea I don't know if they use land missiles. But anyway, according to Zaluzny, the enemy launched KH-101, KH-555, KH-47 Kinzhal, Kalibr, and KH-59 missiles from Tupelov 95, Sukhoi 35, MiG-31K, the one that I showed you. Where is it? Here. All right, and aircraft and ships from the Black Sea, including the submarine. Just so you know, I covered this yesterday in a video. And we have here the result. In Ukrainska Pravda, this is from today, the 27th of January 2023. And we find that emergency power cuts implemented in 10 oblasts due to Russian attacks. Hey, wait a second. We have here Kiev Oblast and Zaporozhye Oblast. Wasn't that the one you said right here? Target infrastructure facilities in Kiev and Zaporozhye, and not even Oblast. So these were two hits right here. Kiev and Zaporozhye. I go here and they're going to give me the 10 oblast. Somewhere down here, right here. Due to this emergency, power cuts were implemented in Kharkiv, Donetsk, Zaporozhye, Kirovohrad, Kiev, Cherkasy, Zhytomyr, Volyn, Lviv, and Rivne Oblast. Okay, so that means if Zaporozhye and Kiev were hit by 2, that's maximum of 6 remaining. 2 plus 6 make 8. Anyway, all right, 6 plus 2 is not 10 oblasts. But nevertheless, I'm assuming that hitting one target could affect more than one oblast. So, but I gave them 8. That 8 hits the target. But according to them, right, according to them being the Ukrainians, the Russians' accuracy is about 20%, and that comes from the Brits as well. British intelligence, mind you. The ones that found the weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, if you remember. And in the meantime, destroyed a few countries. So, based on that accurate information. So, no credibility. So, how come? So, I think they didn't hit 47 out of 55. Let's start with that. They didn't hit 47 out of 55, because even if those 8 from 47 to 55 would have hit the right target, all of them, 100%, that tells me that they lied to me before. Or somehow the Russians became better, started drinking less vodka or something. You know what I mean. So probably they hit, I don't know, I would say 20%, if. And why do I say 20%? Because I remember the Patriot, the Patriot battery systems that the Germans are transferring and the Poles are transferring to Ukraine. I remember when Saddam was a little bit upset and started shooting towards Israel, and they used Patriot and the other guys used Scud missiles. It was a efficiency of 20%, between, I don't know, 15 and 20 or something like this of Patriot then. So anyway, let's give them 50, and even if you 50, you get what, 27 and a half out of 55, and still you destroyed and get out of service 10 oblasts. If I put my violin, I can play some Antonio Vivaldi for you. But anyway, they're all lying, and in this case, I think these guys are really hiding a lot, because yesterday they said, well, 47 out of 55, and the next day Ukrainska Pravda, the New Voice of Ukraine, said, oh, actually 10 oblasts kind of were blown up. How come? All right, you know how come. Thank you very much for being with me again today. So the Kinzhal, only 2 Kinzhal. They didn't tell us what exactly they hit. And the Russians keep their Kinzhals, obviously, for nuclear reaction. I hope they don't get to that point, but they will not use them all. But they have other missiles that can, arm with nuclear weapons. So Kinzhal, yeah, that's a good one. Hypersonic, uncatchable at this time, supposedly. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.